And finally, let's get into the adjustments. Okay, so why are adjustments helpful? Why are they necessary? Why would somebody want to crack your neck? So first of all, what is the cracking sound? Well, the cracking sound is gas being released from a joint. So just like when you crack your knuckles, I'm gonna do this on the mic right now. Okay, so those are little gas bubbles that are inside of your joints, and it's just like cracking your knuckles. So in your spine, on either side, on every single level, you have joints, and that's how they move and they articulate between the level below them. So you get movement going. Different joints have different degrees of movement. And inside of a joint, the inside of a joint capsule is lined with a tissue called synovial tissue. That synovial tissue makes a fluid called synovial fluid, and that's how your joint stays lubricated. And that's how you get nutrients to your joint. That's how you get oxygen to your joint. And that's also how you remove waste products. So if you think about this from a circulatory system perspective, if I breathe in oxygen, the oxygen goes into my lungs, my blood system comes by, picks up the oxygen, and drops off the carbon dioxide and other waste products, and I breathe that out. The oxygen then goes through my tissues. When it gets to the tissues it's going, the oxygen goes into the tissues and the carbon dioxide and all the other waste products come out of the tissues, back into the bloodstream, back up to the lungs, and I breathe it out. Or I filter it through my kidneys and whatever else. So that's how all the tissues in your body get nutrients and dispel waste products, is through your circulatory system. Your joints are outside of this system. Blood doesn't pump into your joints. In fact, blood in the joints can create all sorts of problems. So instead, you have this tissue called synovial tissue, and that makes a fluid, and the fluid kind of bathes the joint. So the way that your joints stay healthy is by movement, because as you move, you circulate the fluid along the joint, and it's absorbed in the tissues, and then the waste products are also squished out as you move and walk. And the example I give to patients all the time is, if you've ever been sitting for a long period of time and you get up and your knees are stiff, and that's why. It's because you're sitting there and you get this buildup of this fluid and this gunk, and it's not moving well. So what happens in a injury where you injure your neck, if you compress your facet joints, like boom, you get a whiplash and your facet joints are back here. So if you compress them like that, they get inflamed and irritated, and they start producing a lot of fluid. And because of that, the muscles in the area, because the joint becomes tender and inflamed, the muscles in the area will tighten up to try and protect it, because movement is now painful, right? So the muscles will tighten up around that joint as a protective mechanism, and they're just like, don't move, don't move, don't move. And because of that, now, because the muscles are tight, you start to get maybe some headaches. The joint itself can also cause headaches, referred pain into the head. You might get a little bit of dizziness because that muscle's now really clamping down. And so you may go and get some soft tissue work, and they may, massage that muscle out, but it never quite stays. And it just comes back. Because the reason that muscle pain comes back and that tight muscle comes back is because it's trying to protect the joint underneath, which is still affected. Now, because the joint is all encased in there and not moving well, you're not getting the circulation, right? You're not getting the oxygen uptake. You're not getting rid of the waste products. You're getting this buildup of inflammation and also gases inside of that joint. So when you move it and it pops, you're just letting that bubble pop out, and then you're getting a rush of new fluid in. You're getting more. You're restoring movement to the joint. So it's actually quite healthy to, pop joints from time to time. If you do it too much, it can create problems. If you don't do it enough, it can also create problems. So if there's an issue where you've had a joint compression and now you're getting headaches because you've had this neck / head injury, the muscles are tight, but every time you get a massage, it only lasts a couple days, you're probably missing something, and it's probably in the joint. This is where manipulation can be the helpful key that you're missing, okay? So this is where a lot of people go, well, I've been to physio and they're just not able to do it, right? It's likely because you need to have your neck manipulated, but nobody has done it to you yet. And there may be the fear, okay?